Welcome back everyone. In today's session, I'm going to give you the line-by-line explanation of The Power of Music written by Sukumar. The Power of Music is a humorous account of the determined efforts of the irrepressible H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma to entertain those around him with his tuneless singing. He is an overconfident singer. He has overconfidence in his art. He feels that he is a very good singer and he keeps on singing to entertain those around him with his tuneless singing. So his songs are not melodious, they are noise. We can refer to them, we can refer to his songs as tuneless singing and noise. Despite their frantic pleas and protests, he doesn't stop. Read the poem through to find out how he eventually meets his match. He has a match. The poem, The Power of Music, is a satirical take on H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma, whose voice is so loud and terrible that it causes chaos wherever he goes. And the poem humorously exaggerates the singer's talent and the impact of his voice, using to critique the persistence of incompetence and the disruption it can cause. Incompetent singer causing disruption. Sukumar deals with this topic in a satirical way using elements of humor. Now this is on page number 49, Treasure Chest. It's time for us to quickly take out page number 47 and let's start the discussion. The Power of Music. Initially, what do you think about this title? Whenever we think of music, we think about melodious tunes, melodious songs, music which rejuvenates our minds, refreshes our minds. The melodious quality of music. Contrary to this quality of melody, we have noise and cacophony over here. When summer comes, we hear the hums H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma. What happens in summer? In summer, we can hear H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma singing. Who is the protagonist of the poem? H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma, the central character. So, right at the very beginning, the poet introduces the central character, H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma. You catch his strain. Strain means you can catch his song, series of musical notes or a particular kind of sound or style of music. Here it is used to denote H.W.LONGFELLOW Sharma's songs. You can catch his strain on hill and plain from Delhi down to Burma. This is hyperbole. The figure of speech is hyperbole, exaggeration. His song is loud and penetrating, and it is so loud and penetrating that it can be heard all the way from Delhi to Burma. This is the scope of his song. This suggests a vast reach of his voice across geographical distances. So, is loud sound, loud noise equal to melodious tunes, melodious music? Right at the very beginning, the readers are made to think about this. He sings as though he's staked his life. He sings as if his life is in danger. He sings as though he's hell-bent. Nobody can control him. He's hell-bent on singing. And singing, staked, sings, alliteration. He's hell-bent, alliteration. And what is the impact of his song on the people around him? Number one, they are dazed. Number two, they retire amazed, although they know it's well meant. They are trampled in the panic rout or languish, pale and sickly. The impact of H.W.LONGFELLOW's song is important. His singing Number 1, astonishes the people. Number 2, his singing leaves them dazed. They are dazed. And they understand that his intentions are good. He's trying to entertain them. But the impact is not good. Hell-bent. Hell-bent means determined to achieve something at all costs. He wants to entertain everybody. This is his good intention. They are trampled in the panic rout. First, they are dazed, very confused and unable to think clearly. And then they are trampled in the panic rout or languish, pale and sickly. So, these lines highlight the chaos caused by Bhisholochon's singing. The people are overwhelmed, pleading for him to stop. They are pale and sickly. They are not feeling good. The music is not rejuvenating their minds, refreshing them. Instead, the music is making them pale and sickly. What is the meaning of rout? This is a disorderly retreat or a disastrous defeat. And here in this poem, it metaphorically refers to the chaotic scene caused by the intense singing of Bhisholochon Sharma. Or languish. Languish means to become weak or feeble. And here it is used to describe the people's reaction to the intense singing of the singer. They plead, "My friend, you are our friend. We are near our end. We are almost dying. Oh, stop your singing." Again, alliteration. This is the plea, the request. They plead with Bhisholochon, "Please stop your singing." The bullock. So this is the impact of Bhisholochon's intense singing on human beings, on the people around him. The people are overwhelmed, pleading for him to stop. Physical chaos now is visible with overturned carts and disturbed horses. Just observe, the bullock carts are overturned and horses line the roadside. Effect of the intense singing on the animals as well. But Bhisholochon, unconcerned, overconfidence of this incompetent singer, goes booming out his broadside. This is humor. Booming out his broadside. What is the meaning? And what is the figure of speech? Alliteration. Booming means it refers to a loud, deep, resonant sound, showing Bhisho's singing voice. Booming, boom, boom. Microphone, loudspeakers. So that kind of loud sound. Bhisholochon is unconcerned, not worried or caring about anything. Here, unconcerned is used to describe Bhisholochon's attitude towards the chaos his singing is causing. Unconcerned. And what is the meaning of broadside? This term has several meanings, but here it is most likely referring to a strongly worded critical attack. Here it is referring to the powerful singing of Bhisholochon. Bhisholochon continues singing, indifferent to the chaos. The wretched brutes, personification, resent, hate the blare, the cacophony, the loud noise, the hour they hear it sounded. The wretched brutes, the animals, do not like the song. The power of his music affects not just humans but also animals and nature. The animals are confused. And what happens? They whine and stare with feet in air or wander quite confounded, disturbed. They do not know what to do. They are confused. The fishes dive deeper to seek silence, and even the trees shake and collapse due to the force of his song. But he is unconcerned. He is least bothered. They whine and stare. The wretched brutes. Wretched means the unhappy, unfortunate, miserable animals. This describes the state of the creatures affected by the singing of Bhisho-lochon. They resent his song. The animals' reaction to the loud singing. They whine and stare with feet in air or wander quite confounded. The fishes dive below the lake in a mad search for silence. They want silence, search for silence again, alliteration. The very trees also collapse. The tall trees, the strong, deep-rooted trees, they collapse and shake. Again, hyperbole, exaggeration, humor as well. You hear the crash a mile hence. So when great trees fall, what happens? There is so much shaking, trembling all around. And here the very trees collapse and shake. But here the effect is humorous. We find this funny because this is exaggeration. You hear the crash a mile hence. And in the sky the feathered fly, the birds turn turtle while they are winging. So the birds also turn turtle, an idiomatic expression meaning to turn upside down, referring to a boat capsizing. The birds in the sky are also affected by the music, and the plea for silence is repeated. And this repeated plea for silence highlights the desperation. Again we cry, desperate plea, urging, we are going to die, please spare us the horror. We are going to die, please stop. Bhisho-lochon is unconcerned. Humor once again. But Bhishos soared beyond our reach. However, we plead and grumble. Again, reaction. People are pleading and grumbling. And Bhisho-lochon is lost in his own world. The welkin weeps to hear his screech and mighty mansions tumble. Again, what happens? Mighty mansions tumble. Mighty mansions, alliteration, example. And grumble means to complain quietly about something. Who is welkin? An old-fashioned term for the sky or the heavens. So, welkin weeps, the sky weeps. Welkin weeps, alliteration, to hear his screech. It is not music, it is not tune, it is not melody, but screeching. Kai, kai. This is noise. And mighty mansions, strong mansions, large, impressive houses, used metaphorically to describe large buildings, tumble, fall quickly, and without control, collapse. Such is the impact of Bhisho-lochon's singing. This is the power of music, causing destruction, chaos. Not all noise, sound can be melodious. And what is screech? A high-pitched, harsh, and often loud sound. Here the term is used in the poem to describe the sound of Bhisho-lochon's singing. But now there comes a billy goat, a most sagacious fellow. Billy goat is personified as being a sagacious fellow. He downs his horns and charges straight as if he wants to challenge Bhisho-lochon. Courage of the billy goat, with bellow answering bellow. Bellow answering bellow, alliteration, bellow. The poem concludes with a twist, a humorous twist. A brave goat confronts Bhisho-lochon by charging at him with a loud bellow. The confrontation leads Bhisho-lochon to finally stop his singing. The pleadings could not stop him from singing. But the billy goat's bellowing made him stop his singing. The much needed silence to the world is ultimately brought by the brave efforts of a male goat. Blast of brutal violence. The bellowing of the billy goat is similar to the blast, bombastic noise of brutal, extremely harsh violence. It is so violent. It is sheer violence to the senses. Bhisholochon also stops singing. He is amazed, he is dazed, speechless. And by doing so, by stopping his song, he grants the world the golden gift of silence. Grants golden gift. This is alliteration, and we have another figure of speech. Golden gift, metaphor. Bhisholochon's song is compared to a powerful force causing chaos, and silence is referred to as a golden gift. Golden means precious, valuable gift. This is thus metaphor. We also have imagery. The fishes dived below the lake in frantic search for silence. The trees collapsing. The overturning of the cart. All these are examples of imagery. And I have already told you about personification, hyperbole, and also alliteration. So these are the figures of speech. Very quickly, just note down the themes, the absurdity of overconfidence. This poem humorously portrays Bhisholochon Sharma as an overly confident musician. He sings with great passion and good intentions, no doubt about that. But his singing causes chaos and confusion around him, chaos and destruction around him. And his overconfidence is combined with a lack of self-awareness as well. And this leads to disastrous consequences. Theme number 2, the destructive power of art. Instead of calming or inspiring, Bhisho's music is depicted as a force of destruction. Art, when uncontrolled or disconnected from its audience, can be harmful rather than uplifting. So the collapsing trees, the disoriented animals, the crumbling buildings, all these things symbolize the notion that unchecked artistic expression can cause chaos rather than beauty. And Bhisholochon is completely unaware of the pain and suffering his singing causes. This shows the indifference of the singer, the value of silence. Therefore, golden gift of silence, the metaphor shows the value of silence. Peace and quiet are precious, especially when compared to chaos caused by unrestrained sound, noise. And then there is satire over here. Sukumar Rai uses satire to mock the self-importance of performers like Bhisholochon. Performers like Bhisholochon are so absorbed in their own art that they ignore its real impact. So here, Sukumar Rai criticizes the tendency of some artists to give priority to their own self-expression over the well-being of their audience. So we also have nature's response to man-made noise. Disruptive influence of human activities on the natural world can also be a theme. Courage and intervention. The character of the billy goat represents a theme of bravery and intervention. When everyone else is suffering, the billy goat takes action. And the power and impact of music. Power can be rejuvenating. Music can be rejuvenating. Music can be destructive as well. So there is a difference between melody and cacophony. So these are the themes of this poem.